Coming up on the Lakeside Loop, Lakeside holds Pastors Day. Students head on to Choral Fest, Child Development class takes a look at the world from a child's perspective, and Government class holds the presidential election. The Loop starts now. Welcome back to the Lakeside Loop. I'm John Lose.
And I'm Natalie Popp. Here at Lakeside, we invite pastors to come visit. It gives them a chance to reconnect with students. Students and pastors both getting to enjoy some snacks while catching up with each other. Mr. Dorn and Sophia Stemsky tell us more about Pastors Day.
In case you did not know,
after chapel, which we listened to in our second class period, we went to our rooms that the pastors were at, and they talked to us about the events that were happening at our churches, and then they also brought donuts and snacks for us. I think of it as a fun day because we get donuts, and then it's just kind of a nice relaxing time where you can chat with your friends and just listen to the pastors.
Pastors Day, we believe, is a great opportunity for our Federation pastors to get inside the building and just meet with their students from their congregation and check in on their faith life, let them know what's going on in their churches, how they can get involved with Christmas coming up. Maybe there's some new opportunities where they can use their gifts to glorify their Lord at their churches. And of course, there's also the food. Kids love the food.
Okay, bro.
Pastors Day is a lot of fun, and we're all looking forward to the next one.
Recently, students got a chance to travel to Minnesota to take part in Choral Fest. It gives them the opportunity to showcase their God-given talent of singing. Will Hemling gives us more information about the experience.
So on Thursday, right after school, we packed up all of our stuff, loaded onto a bus, and we drove out to St. Croix, which is in the West St. Paul area. And then we arrived at a church, which was about 40 minutes north, got picked up by our respective host families, and just spent the night. And then the next morning, we met again at the church and drove over to St. Croix and started our first day of rehearsals for Choral Fest. It was almost all singing on Friday. It was fun, but it was very exhausting. And then after dinner, we got changed and dressed for our Pops concert, which we performed 2 pieces, Please Don't Stop the Music and I'll Be There, which we also performed at the fall concert. And then that night we just went home. On Saturday, we had another day of rehearsal, a lot of singing, and then in the evening we had some activities like beanbag toss, spike ball, stuff like that to do. And it was just a lot of fun. And then on Sunday, that was our concert. So in the morning we went to our church that we stayed at, sang two of our songs that we would normally do on Sundays. And then after church, we ate lunch, came back to St. Croix, and did our sacred concert, which we had been rehearsing for the days before. I would say it was so fun. I would recommend doing choir if you have the capability to do it, and you get to meet so many new people, hang out with people who have at least, one interest that you also would have.
Oh, no. Please don't stop the music.
Great job to all who participated.
Not many of us remember things from when we were little, and we don't typically think about what things were like when we were younger. Child Development class got to take a look at what things do look like from the perspective of a child. Juliet Bakke gives us an insight into what this is like.
Child Development is a really fun class. You should all consider taking it because you learn a lot of cool things. Right now we're doing a project to show the perspective of a child. And so what we do is we go around the school, take pictures of things that are dangerous, the perspective of a child, and we also take pictures of us writing with our left hand and also our right hand, and then show the comparison because that's kind of what it's like when a child writes. And we also put on oven mitts and try to button up our clothes, or if you have a zipper, because that's the type of the fingers that a toddler has. It really showed me to have more empathy for a child. It also showed us to have more compassion for a child when they are fussy and throwing a temper tantrum, or when they just want to be independent. It shows us to just relax and just let them have that, because now we know what it's like. I took it so that I could understand and learn a little bit more about how to take care of children, because it's something I want to go into, and so I thought that this would be a really good opportunity for me to learn more about it. Some things that I noticed would be electrical outputs, like if little kids put their fingers in there, cords, door handles, even fire alarms, sharp objects, anything that's like a tripping hazard or they could put in their mouth, I guess.
Thanks for sharing. Now it's time for Federation Flyby.
This week on Federation Flyby, we have an entertaining story from St. Paul's Fort Atkinson. A student named Samson Vick has an interesting talent, the Rubik's Cube. He had gotten a cube as a gift, and one day he decided to solve it. He said it was a frustrating process, but 6 hours later, he was able to solve the cube successfully. He solves different types of cubes as well, like a Rubik's clock and a pyraminx, which is one of his favorites.
So there are 16 total events, and I only have 7 of them. But of the 7 I own, I have a Rubik's clock, a 5x5, a 4x4, a 3x3, a 2x2, a Scube, and a pyraminx.
It takes a lot of practice and different algorithms, but Samson Vick is now a pro. He even competes in Rubik's Cube competitions. The competition took place at Pewaukee Public High School. Thanks to St. Paul's Fort Atkinson for the story, and God's blessings on your future competitions.
You've most likely heard about the recent presidential election, but have you ever thought about being part of one? Government class got to do just that. They held their own election to further enhance their learning. Alex Berry gives us more details about their election.
Nuclear energy isn't just about keeping the lights on. It's about lowering energy bills, creating good-paying jobs, and securing our independence from unstable global markets.
Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? Is America as a people united as we were 4 years ago?
But especially I support an increase in wages and decreases in taxes so we can...
So this past week and this week we've been running our own presidential election. So there were 6 candidates in total, and we had to kind of go through the whole process kind of in a way that would be relative to what a real president would do. We're down to the final 2 right now, and we pick our VPs today, and then tomorrow we're gonna have a debate.
I couldn't help but notice your dress, and I would think that that is one of the smaller things, but going forward, if you are elected president, how can we be assured that when it comes to serious events, you won't just slack off, for lack of better words?
We had to make a video for our ad campaign. We had to make a poster for our election poster. We had a 6-man debate the other day, and then we're gonna have a 2-person debate. You know, it's difficult to convince people to vote for you. Persuasion isn't always the easiest thing, but it can be kind of fun. Our 3 main policies, I guess, were increased border protection, decreasing crime rates and drug usage, and limiting government spending.
Make the real choice. Vote for Keegan Lundgren. I'm Keegan Lundgren, and I approve this message.
Vote Bear.
Looks like they had fun getting to learn more about the election. And now it's teacher time.
Teacher time, teacher time, teacher time with Molly Kalma.
Ever wonder how plants eat? They don't have a mouth. At least I don't think so. My thoughts? Dark magic. Let's go ask an expert.
All right, Molly, what do you want to know?
What do you do in your free time?
CrossFit, eat, and sleep. Repeat.
What is it that makes a good student in your eyes?
Where they sit on the Venn diagram of a good student. So that would be, are they respectful? Are they likable? And do they work hard? If you're all those 3 things, then you are a good student.
Why did you become a science teacher?
A science teacher? Well, I became a teacher because I love people, just in general. So I like working with people and getting to know people at different levels. And I love learning. So combine those 2, teacher, and I love science. So it runs in our family, so yeah.
What is the hardest part about teaching?
Hardest part about teaching would probably be the amount of time it takes to plan, and grading.
What is the coolest thing you've ever seen under a microscope?
The coolest thing would be probably a live amoeba. Yes, so it's really cool when you can see something that's still alive or like just freshly harvested, because then you can kind of see some of the cells still working and moving under the microscope.
And now for the speed round. Favorite coffee?
Ferris Brothers.
Favorite recipe?
My chocolate chip cookie recipe.
Favorite movie?
Wonder Woman.
PR for your bench.
Hate when people ask this, but 200.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I don't personally like it, so no, but you do you.
Arm wrestling contest, you or Mr. Leckley?
I've personally given up arm wrestling, so I guess I'll give it to him.
And now, you're in the loop. I'm John Loest.
And I'm Natalie Pop. Thanks for watching, and God bless.